hope everyone can hear me. I'm still trying to figure all this out. It's just me tonight. I'm kind of sitting here crafting. And if anybody's looking for something special, I'm more than happy to bring it out, pull it out, show you what I've got. Hey, Carolyn. Hey, Mercy. Oh my God, Mercy. Caroline, it's so good to see you both. Oh, yay. So, my lighting is not good. I'm sorry. I'm still trying to figure out everything. How are you guys doing? I know, Caroline, you said you hadn't been feeling well today. I hope you're feeling better. Oh. Oh. So I've been playing with some new stuff. So Marcy, you know what magicals are. Now, my camera is not going to show it justice at all. Not even close. But I was using the magicals on this paper mache skull that I picked up years ago. And I thought I was going to do some sort of sugar happy sugar skull like Hispanic design. Oh, look, it finally shows nice. So yeah, I thought I was going to do something totally different. And I started to sketch, like, see the flower, like a sugar skull design. And then I got these magicals, and they're just fun. Hey everyone, I'm just kind of showing what I've been doing. The magicals is a powder. These powders here. This is the set I have, which is actually the fall colors and not the Halloween colors. I do have a new spray. I just mixed it up. This is from the same company. And these are, this is a Moon Shadow Mist is what the spray is. And the color, the spray type, and then the color is, I don't know if you guys can see that. It is Peg Leg Peat Purple. I laughed so hard when I saw this color. I was like, oh, I've got to try that. And it comes as a powder in the bottom, and you mix it up with warm water. And it's ready to go after about 10 minutes. So I mixed this up about, 30 minutes ago or so. So it's rip-roaring and ready to go. Oh, I know. And then at the same time I purchased this skull, I, of course, purchased a second one. I believe I got them on clearance at the end of the season, back when we used to have a craft warehouse. I painted this one also with the white, as you can see on the underneath. And then I took some black and I just tried to highlight or low light or at least see what it would do. And even like this, I think it'll make an interesting base if I spray this on here and then put some magicals on top. But not all of them. This one I kind of used all because, oh my gosh, how much fun. Rainbow. This one I was thinking I would just do, maybe the green and copper and teal, just those three with the purple base. Yeah, I keep knocking things over. It's what I do. So anyway, it's something I was thinking about doing. If somebody would like some sales or would like to see some fabric, it's just real close. I can grab it. If not, maybe we'll just play with some crafty stuff tonight. Yeah, I need to sell some stuff. I need to make room. But you know, crafting, right? It's a bad habit for me. The other thing I did is, since these magicals can be used on watercolor paper, is I pulled out one of my pieces of watercolor paper. So like last night when I did this and got it on my table and everything, I don't care. It'll all wash off. I used this piece of paper as the on the bottom, and it is just made some fun spots and colors and iridescentness. And this is just a piece of cardstock paper, which is getting a little warped, and you know, it does that because I add water. I add probably too much water. So I thought what I would do is I would use a piece of watercolor paper. I need to find my scissors so I can remove it from its bindings. And then see what I got on the bottom. And I recently pulled out my distressed watercolor pencils or crayons, and I like to do some watercolor work with them, like this was I used something different, not Tim. I didn't use the distress, but I like to do things like this. This I used a different watercolor pack that I have. And I wanted to use the Tim Holtz watercolor distress crayons because I can create something like this with those crayons. Oh, I know. I purchased the fall set, and I think I have one on a wait list. This is why I need to sell things. I need to sell fabric so I can buy paper supplies. Wow, that right there, that is the sign of an addicted crafter. I have too much fabric. Gonna keep some, of course. But we gotta sell the extra so we can buy more paper supplies because, wow. Anyway, I digress. Yeah, good vintage fabric. If anybody saw Caroline's short, that was wonderful. Thank you, Caroline, so much for putting that out. I appreciate it. I have a lot of those fabric packs, and I have a lot of trims. This one isn't exactly Christmas, but it is a new one that I got in. Let me stretch. Excuse my unpardonable reach. But I did get in this lovely red and blue fabric. This is a fabric. These little bows, these little flowers are made out of fabric, and they are on a red. They're like a ribbon. So these are really fun. So yeah, I'm always getting in new trims. That is something that, okay. I am always continuously purchasing new craft supplies. It is something that is a really bad habit for me that I can't get away from. So they will always be coming in. I really would like to start to curb my habit of buying the hard goods, so less vases and dishware. So get it from me while you can. I won't be picking things up like that as often. If you're interested in Christmas, I have some Christmas stuff available. So anyway, lots of goodies and different things. So before I use the paper, oh, I am so glad I am not alone, Marcy. Oh, I just had an idea. So okay, I just had my hands over my mouth. I just had an idea. I just had such an idea that I almost squealed. It's really hard for me to remember not to squeal on camera. It's a noise I make. I have this wreath I've been trying to decorate for ages. And it's the black plastic. And it's just, I don't feel very inspired by it. I've got some lights to go around it. I've got 2 different sizes of purple lights. So I've got the tiny and I've got the slightly bigger. So I'm probably going to do something here. Yeah, it's getting cold. Well, we actually have a warm day. We're supposed to have warm days here up to the 80s again for 3 days. And then it's going to drop from 80s to 65 degrees and raining by Sunday. I hope all of you are staying warm. I have coffee I'm drinking this afternoon. It is still kind of afternoon, 5 o'clock here for me. I know it's a little later for the rest of all of you. So I've got those. So I've been wanting to do some. This is a little clip-on thing. He needs help. He needs some magicals. We're going to put some magicals on him. Actually, he's not going to work with magicals. He might work with a little bit, and we might put a little magicals to see if we can do something with him. But because he's like plastic and needs glue and different things, I have a couple of different ideas for him. I was thinking about maybe trying some embossing powder because he is a, I don't know. I'm afraid embossing powders are going to melt them. So I'm thinking I've got vintage glitter that I just need to use. So maybe I will spray him and I will dig through my vintage glitter and spray him and re-glitter him. Ooh, so many ideas. But where my new idea came from was, what if I sprayed peg leg purple on the wreath to give it a purple iridescence instead of just being this black plastic, which is just bothersome in my opinion. I'm not feeling it. My feelers are kind of all fluffed out. So I have lots of things I would like to practice this peg leg with. So, yeah. So I have some Christmas stuff. I'm going to be kind of doing a little bit of a Christmas blowout on my thing for me. I've got Christmas that I want to craft with, and I'm happy to keep that. But then I've got other Christmas that I'm just, yeah, not so much. So he'll need adjusting. We're not going to adjust him now. We're going to practice, and I'm going to pull out some fabric, and I'm going to pull out a few hard goods. I've got here. Let's just pull out. Let's throw this up here and say, hey, check this out. So, for those of you who collect up the redware, I have this lovely little redware. It's only $5. So he's only $5. It's a really nice design. I believe it's supposed to be, I don't know if they did large salt and pepper shakers or if they had another canister that would be this size, because it is a taller size canister. Hold on just a second. He's about 5 inches tall. We'll take your phone call and come back. We'll be here. I'm going to hang out for about an hour, maybe a little longer. So he's about 5 inches tall. It's got a beautiful gold rim. And I don't know if they did salt and pepper shakers that were this tall with a set. or if it was a different thing that they shook out of here, whether it be a cheese or another spice. Spice. Oh, words hard. I thought it would be fun to put, if you have a hair, a hat pin collection, you can put a couple of hat pins in it. It would just make a lovely display. It's just kind of fun. And and here's the bottom. It's got, I believe that might be its original cork. I'm not positive. It looks like there's a piece of tissue or something. Anyway, up under there. So don't forget, I do use PayPal. And if you just send me an email to the email address listed below, if you're interested in something, with your name, your shipping address, and your PayPal email address, then I can bill and ship all your goodies to you that you might be interested in. So $5 for the fun display, and or hey, who knows, there are people out there, I am sure, who collect this pattern, because I have seen this pattern on a teapot before. It was spectacular. This pattern on a teapot rocks. So if you're interested, just drop me a line. There are a couple of the, see, if you see on this flower right here, there should be one more dot. So there are a couple of the enamel bits that are just lost over time. It might be gold gilded, actually. No. That looks like, okay, so yes, there is a gold trim along the top shoulder, around the top of the shaker, but I believe all the other work is a yellow to gold colored paint. It's not the actual same thing as the gold trim that's like around the rim. But it's a fun little thing. If you're interested, please feel free, send me an email. So a fun little $5 guy there. I'm going to try something with this little dude here. This is a chess piece. I tried sprinkling it with the polishes. Whoops. Hat pins. Oh, yes. Beaded flowers. It got a little iridescence on it, but it didn't do really well. And this is kind of like my test guy. So we're going to try Peg Leg Pete. We're going to shake this up and we're going to spritz Peg Leg Pete on him. I'm sure it's pump it up, spritz. Okay. Well, that's a little chunkier than thicker of a spray than I had anticipated. Probably just using it for the first time. And oh, well, that worked a little better when I was a little closer. Oh, I was a little closer and I just let it drip. Now, the one thing I know from the other sprays I know I've used, Peg Leg Pete, I know, I cannot believe the name of the color, is you always want to wipe the tip of the nozzle, and that really helps things from getting clogged in it. So at least at the nozzle point, I don't know if you need to or not, but I just have gotten into the practice. So let's see how that dries around that. The other thing is I wanted to see how well it moved with a little silicone tool. Just kind of, because it's drippy. So if we just kind of spread it a little bit, maybe it'll cover more area. Oh, I got a fuzzy on it. I didn't realize I had a fuzzy in there. Get the fuzzy off. Anyway, so I thought I'd just move that around. See what it looked like. Nothing special. Just this is kind of like testing. I have many ideas. I have many ideas and I have to test them out. Did the flocking work? Okay. So this is flocking with tacky glue. I have not tried doing it with the spray adhesive yet. There we go. So he's not really covered well because I just kind of put some tacky glue on there and moved it around with my silicone tool and then added purple flocking. He does look shiny. Now I also attempted to put the magicals on one of these guys, and I got a little bit of teal on him. And I think what I would do, I think I need to spray this guy with Peg Leg Pete. That's what his chest looks like, where the magicals actually kind of stuck. Sorry to move it around so much. I'm trying to get a good focus. Stop looking at everything else. Not going to focus. There it goes. So I'm going to squirt him with Peg Leg. We're going to squirt him with a little Peg Leg too. Put you down there. Come here, Pete. The flocking guy I would like to continue to work with. I think I am going to find, I have some spray adhesive, and I think I'm going to put some spray adhesive on him and then flock him some more. But I think I'm going to start on his back, the back of him, because I tried the front of him with the other. So, okay, so we shake up Pete. Come on, Pete. Time to get to work. Might as well squirt him with some Pete while we're here. Pete squirting time. Squirt, 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 squirt. Whoop! I squirted my hand. I've really got to try and control my squirting. Oh, that's what I needed to do. I needed to build a box. All right, people, we got to build a box. Not build a bear, build a box. Okay, that might have been a little intense, but I'd like to get a good iridescent coverage to look like the samples I've seen. Please work. Because right now that doesn't look very purple at all. It looks brown. If I hadn't shook up enough. Okay, the thicker drops look purple. Oh, I don't know. Pray for the skull. Yes, the Peg Leg Pete has this amazing iridescence, and I just don't think my camera is going to pick it up, unfortunately. I might bring in my flashlight to shine on stuff so you can see. It is just so iridescent. Is that dry? Can you guys see? I am so blocking every little bit of light. I am so sorry. This is just not. camera. Oh, there's just a tiny bit of shimmer. Oh, that took a little bit. Yeah, so I'm really hoping that that effect comes through throughout all of this stuff that I've sprayed it with. Well, you know, I can, you know what? I don't care if I get a little shimmer on my hand. I can handle being sparkly. I need a little extra sparkle in my life. Why do you think we buy all this stuff? Because we need more sparkle. Life is not sparkly anymore, and it needs to be. And that's what crafters are trying to do. We are trying to put the sparkle back into life. Wow, that sounded really intense. Keep watching. My lighting will get better. I promise. Oh, thank you, Caroline. Oh, I'm so excited. I cannot wait to give that that E, the cat you made in the shape of an E. Oh, I cannot wait to give that to my friend's granddaughter. She is just gonna absolutely love it. I know I do. Oh, wow. This whole entire page is just sparkle happy now. I'm sitting here with a piece of paper going, dry. I want to see it. So afraid of touching stuff when it's wet. It is very, okay. It's not that I'm afraid of touching stuff when it's wet. I don't want to mess it. I don't want to mess up whatever cool thing is happening. And on occasion, I have touched things when I shouldn't. Yes, the mug made it. It's absolutely perfect. It's absolutely beautiful. I cannot wait to give it to her. It's just spectacular. I love it. I absolutely love it. Everything's been so perfect. All the earrings and all the goodies. Check this out, guys. Caroline made this and sent it to me. You've been booed. It is so cute. I just love it. I'm getting ready to make a little display. It made it perfectly. It did perfect. I love the ribbon. I love this trim. Oh, it's just everything. Everything's just so perfect, and I love that green. It's actually one of the reasons I was thinking about using the green I have on the magicals, because look at the color of the green on the lid and the color of the green here. You can't tell it looks a little extra greeny here with a little extra yellow in it, but it mellows right out and has these amazing colors. Where's the green? I know I had a plop of green, I thought, in here. That's all teal. Right up in the eyebrow there's a little bit of green, but it's going to be perfect with all the stuff. It's the glow paint on the witch's hat. Oh, excellent. Excellent. But that's the kind of way I decorate for Halloween. I just put out a purple skeleton that you move the arms and the legs on, and it's so much fun. So much fun. Okay, so the skeleton's been squirted with Peg Leg Pete Purple. I got some dribbles. I want to move it around to see what moving it does. Interesting. Fun. Oh, it's put an amazing purple shimmer on there. Now, it's not as thick as I expected it to be. It really isn't. So I'm going to squirt it right here on the paper because I want to see. I know it's been squirted all over this, and you can, but yeah. Oh, that wasn't a squirt. That was I didn't squirt that. I drizzled that. Squirt. There. That's a squirt. Squirt, drizzle, plopping. I want to see the difference between this spritzy squirt and this dribbly squirt. I want to see what they do. I've never played, so time to play, right, guys? Oh, I got this other really fun little goodie. For $5, I have a gold trim vintage shell-shaped little trinket dish or soap dish. I believe this is something someone used in their bathroom or at their kitchen sink with some soap in it. I've cleaned it up though, so there's no soap left. No problem. Let's see if it'll focus. Oh, look at that focus. You've got like little red berries and little red grapes, little purple grapes. Beautiful gold, nice little edging. I don't think there are no chips, no breaks, no cracks. I haven't seen any. I've looked it over pretty well. I thought about keeping it. It actually has a couple of numbers marked in the bottom for, I think it's the mold numbers, 7339. And they're done in gold as well. Now, I know my camera picked it up that really nicely, but honestly, those are not purple and red. Those are both supposed to be purple, and the purple has come off over time. So they show as being very clearly pink. But oh, see this purple one over here? You can see how it looks like it's kind of, okay, go the right way. This way, there we go. See how it looks like it's kind of come off some? Both of them actually look that way. I'm really working hard at this. Still haven't figured out where I put the camera. There we go. So they are older, and the grapes, the actual colors are starting to come off. They look, believe it or not, better in camera than they really are in real life. But the rest of the gold and everything else is intact and doing really well. And let's see if I can get it back towards the camera. There we go. But all the gold, believe it or not, is in excellent condition. So if you're interested in this little soap dish trinket bowl, just let me know. Send me an email, drop a comment. And this beautiful little grape soap dish can be yours for $5. I'm a $5 girl. I love round, even numbers. I go by the number 3 and the number 5. So anything in that circle, and usually those are kind of like good numbers for me. So that's maybe we'll have a $5 day today. How's that sound? I got a few little goodies I can show you. And this is new. This is the first time I have brought that little trinket dish. So I do try and bring you a couple of new things each time. I know I have some repeats, but hey, we got to get things moving, right? If the repeat and repeat don't sell, then I can't bring you Robert. Oh, that was bad. That was horrible. Oh, you guys are allowed to put like, bad. It's worse than a bad pun because it's not even a pun. It's just bad. Oh. So, yeah. So, okay. As long as I'm doing this sale by myself. And we're crafting. And we're chatting. And we're selling. I've got to chat a little bit about what else I do besides selling, besides buying, selling, and crafting. I do a little gardening on the side. Uh, and of course, in my crafting, eventually I'd like to get my crafting and my gardening to kind of mix together a little better. Um, kind of like little, what you would call assemblages, more like dioramas inside stuff. But yeah, so I'm thinking about those things. And the other thing I do is I play a video game. Well, I watch a lot of television and movies. So anytime someone wants to talk television or movies, please don't feel free to, or excuse me, I watch television. I don't watch as much movies these days as I used to. There's not a lot of movies that have piqued my interest. I have strange attention span. So what they have been doing that I like, I'm sorry. So besides that, I video game. And the game I play right now is Elder Scrolls Online. So I've been making progress. They have a card game, kind of like Magic the Gathering. And I just picked up a new patron, which means I get a new deck of cards to work with. So very happy about that. And I've almost finished a zone. So this is big for me. I've been playing for a while. I'm not a very dedicated player, but I've had a lot of good luck recently. So I like the iridescence this is giving, but I just don't think it's giving what I thought it was going to for wanting to cover that wreath. It's not going to do what I want to do. Darn. So, what else am I doing? Where did I put that stuff anyway? Way back there? Good Lord. Good heavens, Tibete. All right, what's next, guys? So, I got an idea. Let's move him over here. Oh, don't set him in that puddle. So, here's this guy, right? And I got his underneath and the top of this that didn't do exactly what I was thinking. So, let's turn him upside down. And I'm going to squirt some peg leg peat underneath. And on the side. What I am also wondering, though, is if because peg leg peat's got water in it, because I had to mix this with water, if that will help make the magicals move as well. Ooh, what if you sprinkled magicals and then squirted it with moonshadow mist? I'm not going to keep calling it peg leg because it's just its color. It's not what it is. That could be interesting. That could be really interesting. Purple and teal or purple and red? And that's kind of dried on there. That's interesting. I will have to send that to Caroline. She'll think that's interesting. I want it to be more coated. So it's giving the really good iridescence. And you can see the purple, but a lot of the background, the underneath of the chess piece. So these are chess pieces that I rescued from a toy box, and they ended up getting wet, or at least damp. And when they did, besides the fact they were old, the coating, the outside, the whatchamacallit, flaked off, and it's just left the wood underneath, the wood piece, and without like its shellac or its whatever. And I'm really hoping to reuse these, but I really want to be able to color them differently. And I was hoping I could find something, the Magicals, the Moonshadow Mist Spray, something that I could just coat it with and it would be done. Unfortunately, these aren't exactly doing what I want them to do. And the one thing that I did have that I was thinking of, one, I've done a lot in the color, and two, it's gotten old and I don't think it's good anymore. I should have put a different cover over it to seal it, this other product. So I'm just looking for product to do these kind of fun things with. I am always looking for new product. I go shopping everywhere for new product. I go shopping online. I go shopping at thrift stores, garage sales, free piles. Sometimes, I don't know about you guys out there in the world, but our free piles are strange around here. Some people just don't want to deal with having a garage sale, so they literally put everything out in a free pile. It's an interesting sight in the summer around here on occasion. All right, so he's definitely more iridescent in a lot more places, but just as with the other things, the white of the plastic shows through. So I was hoping to get him more like this, like his chest. So, I don't know, guys. I don't know. I'm going to have to keep experimenting with some of this stuff. How's he turned out? Well, the drips are still a little wet, but that's okay. He's got an interesting boop, boop, iridescence to him that is very hard for the camera to pick up. But once again, as I said, it's not exactly what I was looking for. So I'm going to have to keep experimenting. Going to have to keep looking for products that do what I'd like. We're going to get there. We are going to get there. Let's see what we can work with. Mr. Bat. Mr. Anderson. Let's see if we can do something with the bat and the magicals. This piece of paper underneath is getting really interesting. And if we're going to use the magicals, let's bring out that piece of paper we were talking about, that piece of watercolor paper. And scissors. They have run away from me. They are nowhere to be found. Nothing sharp, which is strange for me. I always have something sharp handy. I don't want to bend that up. Alrighty. Okay, stand. Woohoo, we can do it. Oh, let's play with these guys too. I've got to make these guys better. I got these little styrofoam heads. They got a little shine to them, which is lovely, but they're just not given what I need out of life. And, you know, sparkles. We need sparkles. That's you know, sparkles. Something sharp. Something pokey. Purple flocking is not pokey. Come on. I'll take an X-Acto knife. Wendy without her tools. What else is new? Here's a pair of kids. Oh no, that's not what we need. Wrong kind of scissors. Those were pinking shears. They would have gone in circles. Oh, there's my scissors. This pair will work. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, let's snip that thing loose. All right. I'm excited to try this on this paper. Oh, that's not going to stay there. Okay. So you go on here. What are we going to do with these guys? I have a feeling if we spray them, it's going to have the same effect. We're going to do it anyway, though, right? Because we got to try. Who knows? It might do something different on styrofoam heads. Magicals. Let us sprinkle a little orange on this guy. And then we'll add a little water. And we'll see if it like runs off the plastic, which is what I'm anticipating, is it just runs off the plastic. So let's see. And since we're using a paintbrush with our magicals, I better make sure my paintbrush is dry and not sticky. There we go. Dry, not sticky. All right, here we go. And I have dedicated this paintbrush to my magicals. It has a wedge. And I've already used it. Something shifted. I heard something move. Something's always moving around here. It freaks me out. So I've dedicated this. It's already messed up from other paint and other stuff, so it will be easy for me to remember which paintbrush it is. It is also very soft, by the way. And last night I was at the end moving stuff around with the paintbrush on my guy and drying it off. So when I got done, even though the magicals were wet and I'd used them on the brush, I tried to get it to dry off and move them around. It did kind of some weird stuff. There is, of course, glitter left in the brush, which is going to always be there now. Hence the reason why it is what it is. But it did kind of work, and it's not like it gummed up and dried up and clogged up into the bristles, which is something I was wondering about. Sorry if I'm talking too much, guys. So let's just kind of dab it on and see what happens. I also wanted to let everyone know I'm starting something new, and I will add this into the description. It's not there now, but I will add this into the description. I'm going to start, I will be having paper packs. I've talked about having packs of stuff in the past. I have not been able to get around to it. I am finally able to figure out what I'm doing and how I am going to do it. So if you're interested in, I'm going to make things a little easier. At least for me, I have a lot of problems determining how I want to do things. So I'm saying this now, so I'm committing to it. I will have paper packs. My paper packs at this point will not be any larger than a standard piece of paper, which is, oh, what's a standard piece of paper? The paper packs are fun and I love it. Thank you. Yeah, the paper packs. Something is shifting and I thought it was me, but it's something else. It's freaking me out. Sorry, I don't like when things move and I think I have them set. Paper packs. So the paper packs will be standard size, 9 by 12, whatever a standard piece of paper is. They won't go larger than a standard piece of paper. There will be smaller pieces in it as well. I'm going to focus on, there will not be any like cardstock. There will not be standard colored cardstock. You might get a couple of pieces of cardstock with print on it, but most of the papers you will be getting are pages from old books, pages from old newspaper style paper, ledger paper that will either be blank and or paper that I have tinted and made. So we're going to do that. And then we're going to do, and then I'm going to have the paper, and then I'm going to have fabric as well. That's where I'm starting, is just paper and fabric right now. There will be a trim slash bits box. There will be a bits to come, but I'm not ready for bits yet. I'm ready to do paper, and I'm ready to do fabric. So if you're interested, right now we're just going to call them paper and fabric. I will have names for them later. I want to create an entire line of how I do these until everything is gone. And when they're all gone, we'll see if more comes along. All right. We sprinkled some, we have placed with a paintbrush some magicals on the dude. Let's see. Let's see what happens. I'm gonna practice a squirt over here. I'm gonna come up high, and I want it to mist down. Oh wow, it has kind of filled in. I don't know if you guys can see. It has kind of filled in some. I don't know if it's gonna stick. I don't know if I should add more water. It's hard to see if it's done anything. Sorry, I'm still adjusting cameras here. Did it do anything? Can you guys see if it did anything? I don't know. That was probably a silly idea. I can see it melt and move. I squirted it. Oh, wow. It's so much darker in the crease. Oh yeah, see in the crease, all that darkness? That's the magicals moving around. Okay, it's fun. Yeah. Yeah, I know, and it's fun. I just don't know. I know you guys really aren't picking up the effect like I am. But that wing, see that dark patch on the wing? That is the magicals being liquidy and, oh look, I got a clip on the back I could be holding on to. Jeez, go figure. Yeah, there we go. It does make a difference. Okay, let's try the other wing. Ha! Maybe I should wait for that one to dry. Okay, drying time is one of my things that I don't have a lot of patience for. Look at what the extras has done on the paper. Oh my God, that's fun. Oh, I can't wait until I get some more on the page. Okay, let's work on that other wing. That wasn't too bad. That turned out better than I expected. The camera may not be picking it up, but this could be something. I could be onto something here, guys. I'm going to work on the camera set. Okay, I'm very happy with the camera setup this time because I'm not bumping it around. It is on a secure, it has a chair that it sits on nicely. It has plenty of room for its legs and for me to move it around. The lighting, which is part of where I'm positioned. That's part of that problem. I'm going to work on that. I'm just extremely happy I haven't been knocking the camera around and having to totally readjust that. So that's good. Now let's paint some more of this stuff on here. That was a good effect. Let's see if we can do that again. I didn't get the brush wet. Uh-oh, I got the brush wet. We can't stick it back in there. We cannot stick a wet brush back in there. You know what that means? That means we're going to try and apply it with our little silicone guy, because I do not want to put a wet brush in there. So let's scoop a little up with the silicone and lie it on here and see if we can just move it around. So far, so good. Kind of set it into the places I know I want it to go. Kind of just squish it in there because I had just kind of brushed it on with the other. So let's just kind of squish it along. I dab it on my finger kind of to make sure it's dry. I don't want to put anything wet back in there. And I'm never positive if I've accidentally stuck something in a puddle of wet or not. That's definitely dry. Got a lot of extra. Okay. They say these things last forever, but I use things a little differently. I hope these last. I want more. The new set is got so many more colors, and the container is a little bit bigger that carries each color. But oh boy, because it has so many more colors, it's so much more expensive. I am not using any glue to apply the magicals. I am simply, this is very rough from the glue, or from the glitter. These are very rough. It came from the Dollar Tree, I can guarantee you. So I am just gently pushing it into, I just gently pushed it into the glitter areas. See, it's here, I just pushed it. If I turned this thing upside down and knocked it off, it'd all probably fall off. So I am trying to be a little bit gentle with it. All right. Let's wipe these things off so we can get... The fun thing about inexpensive silicone tools, the tips pop off. That's okay. They pop right back into. And this one, I'm going to kind of brush off on the paper, make sure I get the powder out of it. I'll have to clean that in a minute. All right. Squirt a little water gently. Wait, I missed it over here, and then I did this. And I want to make sure I kind of get that one side, because if I re-wet the other side, it's going to cause it to move again too. You can see how it's wet right now. I have no idea, but I'm going to assume so. I have a spray adhesive I'm going to be bringing, or a spray sealer, spray adhesive. I got spray adhesive and I got a spray sealer. And I do have some things that I want to make with some of this stuff, and I assumed that a sealant was going to be needed. Hey, Bo, I've got toys to show you. Woo! And here's my bat. So I'm really happy with the way the Magicals have recolored this bat that was all falling apart. Oh my gosh, this is awesome. He was gray and nasty, and now he's not. Well, okay, he was silvery. That should not be silvery. Ooh, I'm going to take the crimson color and I'm going to sprinkle it down his back and see if I can get a different color to come down his back. Oh, that'll be fun, but he's got to be dry first. So let's, look, I'm covered in glitter. Glitter Wendy. Well, okay, not glitter, but you know what I mean. Wow, that works so well. Okay, he's going to rest on the wreath. Clip him on for drying purposes. There we go. Okay, get it off my finger. And plural. Let's see. Squirt the paper, squirt the paper. Woo! And it all turns to glitter. And we all become glitter. All right, Bo. I found my container of Pokemon stuff. I have no idea what it's worth. Caroline told me I'm supposed to be looking this stuff up online. I'm just looking for somebody to give me a really fair deal on the whole lot. And so that there's a little profit for me and a little profit for them. So I've got this dude. He says McDonald's underneath of him. He's let's see, made for McDonald's, 2017. He's a Pokemon. And evidently this guy is too. His wings flap. And he's got this funky tail. I have no idea if this is supposed to look this way, if there are pieces missing. Oh, it moves. Is it supposed to do that? I don't know if it's supposed to do that or not. So I'm not going to spin him anymore. Digimon. Oh. Okay, then we've got, I don't know if this is a Pokemon thing or if it's just from something else. It doesn't, it kind of looks like a Pokeball, but it doesn't look like a Pokeball. Maybe it's a Digiball and it goes with these guys. Maybe he will dribble his Digiball. Ha ha ha. Then I got a couple of these guys that are just, well, they're kind of messy, and I don't know where his bottom is. It's probably in one of my other toy boxes. But these guys were stamps. And if you take the little bottom off, they roll. Ah! Well, there went the dragon. So there's that guy. And then I have multiple sizes. This is the biggest one. I have this guy at this size. Come on now. And his happy little tail. Now mind you, they all get smaller from here. So that's that. Then there's, okay. And we're gonna flip this piece of film. We're not gonna flip this big. Oh, I know. We're gonna bring the I'm gonna bring this out. Ah! Everybody shift. Okay, here we go. Flip it over like this. Haha. Look at me doodling. Okay. So then we've got, aha, Charmander. Charmander. So I think this is a Pikachu, but it's tiny and it's losing its paint. And then we got an itty bitty dragon. Then we have this dude. So you want to focus on the magicals, do you? I will fix that problem, silly camera. Then we've got this guy, and he's got like blue wings. And then I've got this blue guy with like a triangle head. Looks like a blue dog with a triangle head. And then I have a two-headed blue guy. That's what I'm going to sell on Tuesdays. Toys. It goes together. Toys on Tuesdays. Wait, didn't I say this last week? Got some other dude. We've got this guy. We've got a turtle. We've got dude with a bone. Dude with fins. That almost looks like one of the dudes from Land Before Time. Dun, 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 dun. We've got some sort of funky running dude. Dog with a red nose and a red tail. We have a chicken. Well, a chick anyway. We have... Oh, I no. I've been playing Pokemon Go, and I think I recognize that guy as a Pokemon. He looks like a taco factory waiting to happen. I don't know. Yes, Bo. Do you want them, Bo? Hold on, there's more. There's more. There's a few more. There's dude with his arm up. There's... It almost looks like the other one, but he's blue. They're really small. And then there's... He looks like he should be a pig. These are the only size I've got. Just this collection of miniature stuff. I started with the biggest one and worked my way down. Dude with a tree. Then I have this like ghost looking dude with a funky tail. Tail, how do I show you tail? Tail. That wasn't effective. Tail. And then I have this bobblehead head spinner. He's a head spinner. And then I have, okay, I don't know if this is a Pokemon or not, but he's some crazy ass chicken dude. Excuse me, some crazy chicken dude. And then to top it all off, I have the last 5 things. Okay. Good to know. So I have 4 things, and I don't know. I don't think he might be Pokemon. So okay. So let's start with the basic 3 things. Okay, so these are, do you remember Pogs? I have 3 Pokemon Pogs. And there's 2 of them have black backs and one of them has a blue back. And then I have a lapel pin or a hat pin or a brooch, however you want to say it. And it says official pin 2014 or 2016 Pokemon. And it's this dude. And I don't know if he's right side up. Oops. Oh, wait, those are his hands. Oh, well, I see. Maybe he goes like this. Maybe that's the way I had him anyway. So, yeah, I would happily sell all of the Pokemon stuff together. Pokemon, Digimon. All of these happy little dudes that you just saw all together. Someone make me a really good deal. Well, okay. You're looking for bigger ones? I will definitely keep my eyes out for bigger ones. Are you looking for like this size in Pokemon and bigger? And are you looking for like the plastic, or are you looking for stuffies? There are so many questions to be asked. That size and bigger, plastic, not stuffy. Got it. No problem. I am a toy box hunter. A lot of kids outgrow their toys, and a lot of parents sell them at garage sales, and some people buy and some people don't. And what they don't buy, I usually try and pick up in a free pile. Well, no, sometimes free piles, but a lot of times the last day you can buy the entire toy box of stuff for like $5. And when you can get a toy box full, and when I'm talking a toy box full, I'm talking like a 16-gallon tote. That's what I usually do. It's a 16-gallon tote full of kids' toys, especially small ones, for $5. If I can do that, then I feel like I've gotten a really good deal, and I can turn around and bring you guys some great stuff. Some of them I get at the bins. I try and make sure those are all nice and in fairly good condition when I pick them up. These little tiny ones were not in as good a condition as I would have liked, but they were so tiny and small, and I'd never seen them, and I didn't even know if they were Pokemon or not. I just was like, oh my gosh, these are the tiniest toys. And that's why I bought them, because they were the tiniest toys. I tend to buy tiny things whether I want to or not. It's one of those strange addictions. All right, so that's interesting, the way that spread out, those beautiful orange colors. And I know that, yes, if I do respray this, they will move again. And I got one here that's kind of like a little puddle of glitter. I'm wondering what would happen if I used like I'm going to use the bottom of my bottle. And I'm going to just like, I only want like 1 drop of water on this stuff. And I don't. Okay. Come on. Oh, I know. There we go. I got a little water on the end of my round stylus, and then I just dipped it right on there. I want to see how it might move around. Just all on its own. One little puddle. Or move it even with a stylus. Oh, that's so nice. It like mixes everything back up. Or mixes everything up. Oh, that's pretty. I want that drop to run. I know. Trying to get 1 drop to run. I'm silly. Just wanted it to spread out a little. Oh, that's so pretty. The way that it's so hard to see, but the way the glitter tracks across the page is really fun for me. Hee hee hee. So let's see. How did these guys look now? It really doesn't look the way I want it to. It came out like tea. I'm gonna have to boil up some coffee and we'll do some coffee staining soon. I've got a lot of things I'd like to tea and coffee stain. So let's see, what else can we do with magicals on the paper? Well, we liked what they did before. Let's see if we can spread a little extra magicals onto him. Get a little more color on him. You know, that's the thing I'm loving about these magicals. The amount of sparkle they have is just awesome. So I forgot to check if this was dry, but we're just going to paint a little more on here, kind of on the joints. A little more on his teeth. All right. I don't want to put a whole lot. And then I'll squirt. And then I want to add some green to him as well. Hee hee, flick, flick, flick. Flick, flick, flick. Oh. So yeah, the toys I'm thinking, you know, the toys, I have no idea what I'm thinking. Oh yeah. He's gonna I like it. Now he needs some green. He needs that green in there too. I'm really loving the teal green copper idea. But these are just all so pretty. All right, let's put a little green on him. Added some green on top of the blue to see what it would do. And it kind of, well, it was wet and it kind of absorbed into it, but you know, it was dissolved by the water. But I think it's still going to leave some of the glitter and the mica of that other color, and it'll mix in there, even though it's already wet. Okay, so I sprinkled some more on him of the regular green, of the green color, and I'm going to squirt that kind of directly where I placed it so it'll stick to the plastic and it won't there, and it won't go too far from where I put it, and hopefully it'll stick in like the other one did. Okay, so we've added like down at the ankles. I put some of the other color green. I'm starting to lose my light, guys. It was already bad enough, but anything that was coming from the outside is starting to fade. I can't wait to see how he looks. I want him to be much more covered. And then what I'll do is I'll wait for these two colors to dry before I add another one. And the other one I definitely want to add is the copper. I'd move him, but every time he moves, his arms and everything go. So, and I don't want that to go like that yet. I still want to play with the paper with some other stuff, but I'm afraid if I move it, it'll mess him up. So I gotta wait for him. I have to wait for him to dry, and he's oh wait, no, this head's sitting on my drying paper. Here we go. So this is why crafters, if anybody asks why crafters have so many projects or why they do so many at one time, here's your answer. Because drying time. I cannot fiddle around and wait for something to dry. So I need to have something else going at the same time so that I can be as maximally productive as possible. Yeah. So Pete did some interesting stuff underneath here on the bottom of this. It's harder to see. There we go. The purple didn't turn out as purpley as I thought, but the iridescentness is there. Like I said, this is just a little bit more translucent. There's the words I'm looking for. It is just more translucent. But it's going to give, like if I had a base, like this was a black base, if I had a different base on here, something a little thicker, that you could see, like a darker black, it would give this beautiful translucence, and you can really catch it like in that little dot right there where everything's puddled. There is great translucent or great iridescence to it. So I will be working on these heads and skulls. I will be working on that wreath you saw and hopefully posting some videos on that. Probably just me working, and I will cut out any audio so you guys don't have to listen to me yammer. And if there are any questions, you can always feel free to message me and I will happily answer. Oh, look, his chin is still wet. I will happily answer anything that I possibly can, from where I got the materials to how I use them, and how I made stuff. I really, I consider myself to be a basic maker. I use basic stuff when I make, or I attempt to, or if it's not basic, I found it from a basic location. So yeah, we're gonna try and get some crafting done. I've got a couple of wreaths I need to put together, and we're looking to get rid of some of this extra Christmas stuff. We want to get you guys your Christmas stuff before Christmas gets here. So be watching for Christmas sales. I'm doing my best to get new stuff out to you guys. And just keeping stuff moving. So thank you for joining me. I'm going to cut it off right about here because my lighting, like I said, I'm losing my outdoor lighting. So that's really affecting. I'm noticing my shadows are getting even darker. So we'll let you guys go. Hopefully next time, we will hope for better lighting. Please don't forget to thumbs up, like the video, subscribe. And like I said, each time I hope to be doing better. We have the camera on its on a good spot now that I can actually move around and it's stable, rather than where it was before that I couldn't really move around. So we'll just keep trying to do better. Little bit different each time, and who knows, we just might come up with the right combo so that you can actually see all these great things. I cannot believe the sparkle he's got going on. This is going to be fun. Life with Magicals. I will be making videos of me tinting paper for the kits that I'm going to be making as well. So keep an eye out. Don't forget to watch Yunstar Girl Caroline. She's all over with wonderful items, handcrafted things. This is just this is just so amazing, and it's like this little stage. She sent me this little witch. You guys have got to see too. It like stands on the stage. I've got this whole little. Trust me, there's this whole little musical number running through my head that goes across the top of this stage. It's great. I want to play with all my miniatures with it. So you never know what you'll see. Have a wonderful, wonderful night, everyone. Thank you so much for stopping in, and keep on crafting.